what is the planned completion date to have Vantis connected statewide? That'd be the first question. And then once we get Vantis across the state, where do we go from there?
It's a great question. I would say that I don't necessarily have a set date in which it is going to be completed out statewide. And there's a nuance to that. When we say this is a statewide network, the ability for Vantis to provide services is much like your cell network that powers your mobile phone. You're going to need service where people are going to be. So where the use cases are, what we see right now is corridors of infrastructure. You've got your roadway systems, interstates, pipelines, transmission lines, rail, all run along corridors that within the state that we can roll Vantis out to make sure that those areas are covered to enable those use cases. We will likely see other types of use cases throughout the state that will influence where Vantis will continue to grow and expand, whether that be in public safety needs or if that's in needs for transportation of goods and services such as cargo or medical delivery to rural environments. So we're kind of leaving it a little bit flexible for the users, the potential users inside the state of North Dakota to help influence where we're going to need that service. And so because of that, it's not necessarily like a set completion date. There may be areas that Vantis may not need to provide coverage if there's no use cases to go there. However, like looking a little bit longer term past just the state of North Dakota, I think there's opportunities here for this type of infrastructure and technology to grow into other states inside the United States. When I look at what we have here in North Dakota, we can be a representative model of probably 60 to 70% of the rest of the United States, especially in areas west of the Appalachians. And, when you start to think about rural environments and ability to deliver goods and services to those regions, this model can be followed in other states as well. And what we're doing here in North Dakota is we're creating something that is scalable and repeatable. It's not going to be just something that can be solely unique to the North Dakota environment, but we'll create the template, the steps, the process, and the procedure on what it would take to do this in other environments and other regions in the United States. And the value add that we have, though, is one of the key elements of success for Vantis is that we have this active performance monitoring system that we call the MNOC, or the Mission and Network Operations Center. And this is a system that is monitoring the radars and the radios that are all connected on Vantis and ensuring that they're operating at a level that is safe for users who are operating within the national airspace system. Since that investment has already been made and it is online, that is something that can be leveraged by other states that might have interest in rolling out this infrastructure. And it can come at a fraction of the cost instead of them having to install their own operations center. And they can choose to do that if that makes sense for their investment strategy as well. And so, the data on what that could look like, we're already seeing other states that are highly interested in what we're doing and reaching out. And we're seeing those opportunities of investments coming from other states to learn about what we're doing and seeing what they can do in their own particular environment.